everyone. This is Riya Agarwal, a student of third year BTech in CGU, Odisha. Today we have with us Mr. Prahlad Mittal, the founder of HomeWorld. HomeWorld is a one-stop solution for the various services needed to keep homes in the best possible manner. Starting with just a meager sum of rupees 2000 in Sambalpur, Burla, this company now has a turnover in lakhs. The company also has its presence in the nearby cities of Jharsuguda and Bhubaneswar. This journey of a BTech student turning towards business would be such an interesting journey to discuss about. So let's head over to our guest of event, Mr. Prahlad Mittal. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dia. And it's pleasure to be here among all the students. So, am I audible?
Yes, sir,
Yes.
you're audible.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you are
Am I
audible.
audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Now you are in the spotlight.
Okay. Yeah. So, I'm a BTech graduate from the SSCD Bulla, and I graduated in 2018 itself, that is 2 years back. And I was in civil engineering, and I completed in 2018. And during my engineering itself, in second year, I started a startup named Gift Graphite, which many of you might not be knowing about that. It was around 4 to 5 years back in second year. So in Gift Graphite, what we have done is we provide handmade sketches for customers. Like what I saw was one of my roommate was there who was very good at sketching pencil sketch. So we turned that into monetization thing, and we receive order from couples, uh, from students to give their kind of thing and birthday kind of thing. So and we have stuff of 3 years, and
Sir, your voice is breaking, sir.
so the video, there might be network connectivity issue.
Uh, Sir, it's okay, sir. You can switch off the video and then just speak out. In that way, the speed will be better. I think there is a network issue, so I have to wait. Because just inform me in case he's back again.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. He's there. Sir,
Hello.
he's there.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Yes, hello.
Actually, so
Uh,
can you?
the voice is clear now?
Yes. Voice is clear now.
Yeah. So sorry for the connectivity issue
Yeah, it's okay,
because
sir.
I am in
It
home
keeps on happening, sir.
as of now.
Yes,
That's
it
why.
keeps on happening.
Yeah. So as I was saying, during my second year in BTech, we started a startup named Gift Graphite, in which we provided handmade personalized sketches to our customers. And that idea came to me when I saw one of my roommate was there in engineering who was very good at sketching. He was good at doing pencil sketches. If you will show your face, your picture, then he will sketch that out. So I thought if he's good at that, then he can earn some money from that also. So along with him, we started that, and we got good response from college couples and uh, the sons and daughters of the parents who have anniversary or birthday coming. So after doing that, during my final year, we started Homeberry, where we provide home maintenance services like electrician, plumber, AC repairing, and all, whatever someone require in their home. And Homeberry, I started with one of my school-going friend, that is Rajat sir, and my own brother, Ritesh Mittal, during 2017 November. And firstly, we started that in Bulla for we ran there for 3 months in pilot run basis, and after that we expanded to Sambalpur in full fledged. And after running 2 years successfully in Sambalpur, we expanded to other cities like Jharsuguda, Bhubaneswar, Cuttack, and Rourkela. So, like what happens is like what I suggest is the best time to start the startup is to do during student phase itself. Because what I observe is when you are a student, you don't have any pressure from family like to घर में पैसे कमा के लाना है या घर का राशन लाना है या कुछ भी है. For that your parents at your support, so you don't have to worry about that. But once you have passed out from college or you started doing job or anything, you have that responsibility in your head. So you can't think of like doing startup and uh, no one know when it will turn profitable, and then you can manage your things. So during student life, it is best time to start a startup and try whatever you want to try at that time. So when we also started, we did the same. We started during my final year itself, and when we started, actually, to be honest, I haven't told my informed my parents that I was doing this during my college itself. So after running in Bulla for 2 months, I revealed that to my parents that I was doing this for the last 2 months, and I was planning from last 2 years. And now, while running 2 months, we have this much revenue, we have this much profit, and all these things. So what happened was this gained the confidence among my parents that yes, he can do that. If without our support or without telling us he can do these things, then with our support he can do many better things. So by that way, I convinced my parents like yes, हमको करने दो startup वगैरह. Like job, everyone wants their son or daughter to do job after doing engineering. So once they saw that no, he has done this in Bulla, so he can do in other cities also. So they allowed us. So after that, we started in Sambalpur, and in Sambalpur we ran for 2 months, 2 years, and in that 2 years we tried many business models. We experimented many things, and after experimenting many things, we reached to a final business model, which we thought that yes, this model can be expanded. This is expandable model because you can't predict everything from day one itself. You have to try many things, experiment many things. You will lose money, you will lose patience, everything will be there. But you have to try everything. Like even we collaborated with CB Raman for training our technician in there.
Great, sir,
And
great.
there also we succeeded in something and we failed in something. But we learned from that and we moved forward. So once we came to make up our mind that yes, this model can be expanded to various other cities also, and in this model we can earn profit also, and the company can also run by own. So after that only we started expanding our two different locations. In that 2 years, many people were asking us like, why are you not expanding? Why are you still operational in only one city? Why are you not moving out to Bhubaneswar or any other city or outside Odisha? What you will gain in Sambalpur? But we ignore all those things and we keep on experimenting with different things. And after doing that, we expanded to Jharsuguda on February 2020, this year itself. That was our first expansion. And after that, we have expanded to 4 more cities during this lockdown itself. Our major expansion was Bhubaneswar, that we were planning for last 2 years, but we expanded that during the lockdown itself. Where many businesses and startups were shutting down, we expanded to a new city. And that gave us a big mileage for us. And after expanding to Bhubaneswar in June 2020, we expanded to Raulkela and Cuttack in November 2020. And now we are planning for 6 more cities by next year. So you have to try different models, and once once you got a business model, standard model, then you can just implement that and replicate it in all other cities.
Great, sir, great. Our students would like to question, so is it good? Well, sir, is it okay from your side? Our students are going to keep their questions.
Yeah, no, so they can ask.
Yeah. So Ria or anyone else?
Yes, sir, I have some couple of questions.
Yeah, please.
Sir. First of all, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. So by going through this, it's a very good idea. And thanks for coming today, sir. So my question is to you, sir, that how did this idea of business came into your mind? Like what triggered you?
Yeah,
to
actually,
start this
I
startup?
missed this point. So what happened was when I used to come to home from my hostel, I once observed that there was an electrician in our neighborhood, not in neighborhood, in our locality. So whenever my father used to call him, he used to come immediately and do the work. But whenever my mother used to call him, he never used to show up in time. He always like used to give them like कल आऊँगा, शाम को आता हूँ, कहीं काम में busy हूँ, always thinking. So I what why this is happening? So I tried to talk with the electrician and I asked, why are you doing this? So he said like, your father never bargained with me and your mother always bargained with me. That's why I never come when your mother calls me. That sparked in me like, yes, this is a problem. In every household there is a same problem India, all over India is facing. So we can solve that. So we thought of like, I discussed with my co-founder and we started thinking like what we can do for these things. So we thought of like bringing an app where price will be fixed for this work, this much will be charged. So the technician will not have to face the bargaining situation. And customer will also know that I have to pay this much. So like why people in India bargain because now people have the mindset that if a technician is coming to their home, he will quote twice or thrice the actual amount what he it should be. So we need to change that mindset. That no, he is charging the exact amount. It will take time, but it will bring the change.
Okay,
Hope
sir.
I answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, how did you come up with the name for your company?
Yes. So many times we heard that the name is not good. Some people praise but the name is catchy and easily rememberable. So we also like before starting that, we also scratch our head like what name should we give, because you always had in mind that the name should be unique and catchy so that people can easily remember that. Like Amazon, Flipkart, those are all a single word. If you give 2 or 3 word name, then people find difficult to remember that. So we started scratching our head, and once I got an idea of like doing, we had in mind that we'll provide all kind of home delivery service. We will deliver everything to the people's home. So we did this is we took the first part of home, that is HOME. From that there we take HOM, and from delivery we took last part, that is VERY, and we joined that and we made home delivery. So this is how we
Okay,
came
sir.
up with the name.
So, sir, both the inspiration for your business as well as the name, both are very interesting. So, we have a few questions from the students as well. So, sir, how many hours on an average do you have to work on your business, given you have expanded it into 4 cities?
Yes, you will work 24 hours. No, you can't stop yourself from working. Like if you are doing a job, then you will work from some 8 hours or 10 hours. But when you are running your own business, every time you will be thinking about that, like what I can do to improve myself and the company. While sleeping, also you will think about that. While when you wake up, you will think about that only. And working doesn't mean if you are sitting in office for 12 hours, then you are working for 12 hours. That is not actually what how many time you are spending there. So how many times you are thinking about that also, that is also counts as a working hour. In 24 hours, you will think about that only.
True, sir, that is. So, sir, there's a question from Aditya Sinha. He says that he has a unique idea which has no competition as of now. So, how can he protect his idea so that others don't steal it?
Yeah. So this also used to come in our mind also. Like if I will share the idea with anyone, then he can execute that, and I will use the market. So every startup, one entrepreneur who want to do a startup, or she has faced this problem. But just I want to say just one thing. I have observed that people refrain themselves from sharing their idea. So I just want to ask them one thing: how will they market their product or service to their customers if they don't want to share their idea. Once they are executed, they will market that, and at that time people will know about that this guy is doing this and this. So at that time also someone can steal that idea. So idea is not a big thing. Execution is what matters. To be honest, for this Homeberry, I got the idea during my second year, but it took me 2 years to execute the idea, and I finally executed in final year. So execution is what the most important part. Everyone has multiple ideas, but the one who executes will be the winner in the market. And after execution, so if someone is copying your idea, then also how he is executing, how you are executing, that also matters. And if you have some unique product kind of thing, then you can do patent kind, go for patent kind of thing, trademark kind of thing. By that you can protect your idea or product.
Sir, hello. Ria, do you have a question?
No, you may continue.
Okay, thank you so much. Sir, what piece of advice would you give to the college graduates who want to become an entrepreneur?
Yeah, as I said earlier, start a startup when you are in college itself. Once you move out of college, it will be very difficult to enter into this field. During college, you have no family pressure or not, any kind of external pressure, so you can try many things. You can fail, even fail. There is no issue with it. You can continue your study, or you can go for job after that. But once you are out of college and you are entering into startup, means at least you will give 1 year or 2 years into that. But if you fail at that time, then going again for job or anything will be difficult for you, or moving out of that area also. So if you're in college in any year, first year, second year, third year, final year, just execute it.
Okay. Hello. I also have a question, sir. Hello.
Yeah, please.
Yes, sir. So, like being an entrepreneur and starting a startup, funding is a very much important thing. So, sir, how you raise the funding for your startup? Like, what are steps you took?
Yeah. Yeah. Before someone has some background noise. Yeah. So whoever wants to start a startup, before starting the startup, everyone wants to raise funds, which is a myth. No one can raise funds without starting a startup. First, we have to start the startup, have some customer base, have some market share. After that, only you can go to investor and show them like, yes, I have executed this idea in this city or this location, and I have this much of customer base. I have acquired this much of market share. After that, only he can gain confidence. Yes, you can do this in a large scale. Then only he or she will fund you. No one will fund you for your idea itself. Yes, for idea you can get some funds from government schemes or policy, which are just limited for research purpose, not for execution of the idea. So that is a completely different thing. For that you can take help of any incubation center, or any you can visit any government website to check out all those things for that. And we have not raised any fund yet. We are completely bootstrapped and profitable. We become profitable in last year, and after being profitable only we started expanding to various cities, because for expansion also you need money. And raising funds is not the only thing in a startup. You can also do a startup without funding, like from your own money, or from the profit you are generating from the business itself. It's not like only investors' money can give you success. If media has given that hype that startup means funding, without funding there is no startup. But there are several examples in the market, like you might have heard about Zoho or Zerodha kind of startup. Although they are completely bootstrapped, they are about to be unicorn in the market.
There is a similar question from one of the participants. Ashita is asking, did you take help from any venture capital for the funding purpose?
Yeah, as I said, we are bootstrapped till now. We have not taken any funding. Yes, but we are looking to raise fund very soon, because for rapid expansion we need fund. We don't need funds for survival purpose. Like company can run up its own. It don't need money from outsiders to run operations. But yes, to expand to other cities for rapid, in this 1 year we expanded to 6 cities. So if we'll get funding, we can expand to 20 cities or 30 cities within 1 year. So that is the use of funding. You get funding for expansion purpose, not for execution purpose. You have to execute by yourself. If you are thinking like you don't have money, how will you execute? Then you have to change your business model, like from where you can generate money and then you can execute that. For that, I will give you our example itself. When we wanted to start this in my second year, so we thought the same thing. Like if we will get this much of money, then we can execute this idea. But that was completely failure. So I was just scrolling through Facebook and I saw a video where that guy was saying like if you are if the money is what is stopping you from starting your startup, then you are doing everything wrong. So that straight into my mind, and we started thinking like how can we start without money? So we thought like for what we need money. So at that time we were struggling to get a website done. We needed a website to showcase our services. So we thought like yes, how much we need for website development. We got another 15,000 we need. So what we thought is we started approaching local shop owners, all kind of things, and we started offering them like we will advertise your about the shop or your product or service in our website and in all our marketing channels. For that, we will charge you from 3,000 or 5,000 rupees for 1 month or some 2 months. So doing this, we try to get 3 advertisers for that, so that we will get 15,000 and we get our website done. So from others' money, we started our business. So you have to think like that. Like from where I can generate revenue. The advertisement was not our part, but to get a website, we needed money, and we got that from local shop owners.
Okay, sir, because funds is the initial biggest problem that any entrepreneur faces. So you have answered that question very well, sir. Thank you. So there are other questions coming up as well. So there's Pavan Kumar asking where does he get the motivation for starting a company? Because there are a lot of problems in starting a company, like money, that sir has already answered, and advertisement. So what about the advertisements part,
Yeah.
sir? Would you like to say something?
Yeah, advertisement you can't skip, because without advertisement, people will not know that you have started a startup or you are providing this service. So before people, if you want people to take your service or product, then people should know about you. That is, and this startup or this company is providing the services. If no one will know about that, how will they approach you or take your service? So you have to advertise that. There is no doubt in that. But from where you will get money to advertise that you have to figure out. Like there are many various options to advertise for free also. Like you can if you have FMCG product or any kind of thing. Like in starting, what we did, I and my co-founder Rajat sir, we used to visit in the evening of after college time. We printed our pamphlets and we used to visit to door by door, and we used to knock there and we used to give them pamphlets and we used to make them understand that we have made a website where you can get these services. So give us a chance. And it was our daily routine that we used to visit daily around 30 to 40 houses. And from that, at least 1 or 2 will try our services. That's how you build your first initial customers, and after that, the customer will give you another customer. If you are giving good service or good product, and they will also market your product or services.
So there is another question from Ashutosh Pratap Singh. So if you have another chance for a startup, which startup would you do to meet everyone's needs, sir?
Yeah, that is a difficult question for me. Like after once you started your own startup, you will not think about anything else, like any other business or any other startup, because you are completely wholeheartedly dedicated to that only. Yes, you can add some service or remove some service, so that is a different thing. But doing another startup kind of thing is out of syllabus for me.
Okay, sir.
And just I will suggest is just don't run at the startup like what I can do. Just find out the problem in the market and try to come up with a solution for that. Don't think like कुछ idea आएगा तो हम चालू करेंगे. Idea नहीं है. Find out the problem, then you'll get the idea. Like how can I solve that problem? And there are a lot of problems you can get in India. Actually. You don't have to look after like in other countries. Or if you want, you can look for any startup in other countries. And if you can bring that concept to India, that will be okay. For that, the best example is Ola. At that time, Uber was not in India. It was in America or London kind of thing. The startup owner was from there. He saw that in that country, Uber is there. So he can start similar kind of thing in India. Because in India, people are also facing the problem of cab, getting a cab. So he started that in India. And you can see, he is success now. He even beat Uber in its own game in India. Ola is a market leader in India.
Yes, sir. So one more thing I wanted to ask, sir. Like, what are your future plans? Like, Homebody will be confined to Odisha, or you have some plans to move outside Odisha? Like,
No,
what are
our
the
next,
future plans?
yes, our next target is to move out of Odisha only. We wanted to first cover all over of Odisha. After that, only we wanted to go outside Odisha. Because if you don't have any market in your own hometown, then what will be the use of like you are funding to other states and you don't have any customers in your own state? Because it is easier to get customer in your own state. And if you can't do this, then how can you get customer in other states? How are you expecting to do that? So we are planning for that also, and we are planning to expand to 100 cities by end of 2024. And after that, we might offer IPO kind of thing. It will be very.
Yes, it's
that
a very
will be
good thing. Like, first we'll, like, it's a very good idea you gave us. Like, first we'll try it in our area, and if we got the success, then we can move forward.
yes, yeah, because
Absolutely, sir. Yes, sir.
in your city you can save a lot of money while
Yeah.
incubating that.
And we
But
know
in
our
some
city
other
very
cities,
well. Yes.
yes,
Yes, sir.
that's why I'm saying that you can save a lot of money or and time also. But in other cities, you will spend a lot of money, a lot of time, and when you fail, you will lose everything.
Yes, sir. There are more questions in the chat box, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes. Would you? So, sir, there's a question by Ayush Kumar. He is asking, what would be your suggestion for the current generation or the upcoming generation on the startups? I mean, what should they aim in startups?
As I said, look for problem. What problem the society is facing as of now? Don't look for idea. Look for problem. Try to find a solution for that. It will be a counted as a startup only.
Sir, there's a new question. Which industry is good between service-based and product-based industry for doing a startup at present?
I am from service-based startup, so for me, service-based is good. But to be honest, both are good at their own category. Because in product-based, you have to spend your time in research and everything purpose to make the product market fit. And whatever industry you are taking, you have to cater to customers at the end. So look after what customer want in service, what they want in product, what they want, and give them that only. No matter what you are doing, but it should be what the customer needs, not what you want to offer. And if you are giving what they want, then you will be leader in the market, no doubt in that.
Sir, there's a new
Sir,
question. Yes, Aini, you may continue, please.
okay, thank you. So, how do you face failures while finding success?
Sorry, can you please repeat that?
Yes, sir. So, how do you face failures while finding success?
Yeah, what I think is there is no failure in startup. There is only learning. You will while you are expanding many different business models and everything, you fail many times. So we didn't treat that as a failure. We learn from that. Like, see, if I'm doing something wrong now, that will cost me some thousands or some lakh. But suppose after 5 years, if I repeat that same mistake, what will be the loss for me or for the company in crores? So if I made that mistake now and learn from that, that is an opportunity for me. I save some crores for my company in the future. So that is not a failure. You learned. You knew that yes, doing this kind of thing, I have to be this person, or I have to go in that way, or in this way or other way. So you learn from that.
So it's a great thing that you said.
Yeah, there is one more question from Aditya Sinha, I think, in the chat box.
Yes, sir. It is what are the biggest challenges that you faced while you were starting your startup?
Yeah, so I will share a story for this. So while we started in Sambalpur, so people had a mindset that initially what we did, we started promoting and marketing our services like we are a Sambalpur based startup, so give us a chance. So at that time we thought like if we
Yeah, please mute your.
Rohan Kumar, kindly mute yourself.
Yeah, is muted, I think.
Yes, sir.
Please
yeah.
continue.
So what we thought is like if we'll insert the emotional point like we are Sambalpur based startup, so people will accept us easily, or they will be ready to give us a chance to serve them. But it backfired us. People started thinking like Sambalpur का startup है ऐसा ही होगा, ये सब फिर ये सर्विस में दम नहीं होगा. So we saw that what is this? People are not even giving us a chance. They are not even taking our service. And before that also they were judging that. Before that they are judging that if it is a local startup, then the service will not be that much effective. So we changed that thing, and even we were not operational in Bhubaneswar at that time. We started saying that we are a Bhubaneswar-based startup or we are a Bangalore-based startup. So that is the wrong thing. I accept that, but you have to do that. Well, you have to survive in the market at any cost. You can't do like yes, people are not accepting, so I have to shut down. You can't do that. So we started saying that yes, we are a Bhubaneswar-based startup, we are a Bangalore-based startup, and people started accepting us. They started giving us a chance. They started trying our service. And once they have tried our service, if they like it, then it doesn't matter to them whether we are from Sambalpur, Bhubaneswar, or Bangalore, or from America. So you have to do some tikrambaji to enter market, but that is completely okay.
Sir, there's a question from Nigam Pandey. He's asking, what is the main difference between service-based and a product-based company, and what are the prerequisites for startup?
Yeah. What I think is a product-based startup is also service-based startup. Because once you have sold your product to customers, you have to give them service also. You can't say like, yes, you have taken my product and Tata. I can't do anything after that. You have to give them service also. So at that time, you are a service startup also. So both are same in their own place. But in product, you have to work out on research part and R&D. You have to do R&D. You have to make the prototype. You have to trial that in the market. Many things are there. Because without trying, you can't build like I have built 1 lakh pieces of this and I want to sell this. No one will buy that. You have to first build from 5 to 10 pieces. You have to give them in your friends and family. They will try that. If they will find it effective or if there is any problem in that, then they will let you know that you can improve in this part. Then you have to modify that. After that only you can launch in full phase. For the service sector, you can launch to a larger audience than in that as compared to product based. And in service, you can modify yourself anytime because it doesn't cost too much to modify or improve your service or to add any more services. But in product, you have to be precise with that because you are building in bulk quantity, not a single piece of from in 100. You have to be precise in that. You have to do enough testing and market research for that. So to get a proper market what people want. After that only you can enter big market. And for product also, I will say the same. You can sell to your friends and family first, in your own locality first. Check their feedback. Ask them honestly if there are any negative points. Ask them freely. Like they should be able to tell you freely that yes, this is problem I am facing in your product. If they are encouraging you just to please you, then that is going to you are not going to success in that because there is problem in your product and he is not willing to tell you. So how will you improve that? So you should be that much acceptable in the investment only that they should feel comfortable to share the negative points in your product so that you can improve that. And one advice I will give is like for college students, if you are starting a startup, do it for at least 1,000 days. Don't like I will do for 2 months, 3 months or 6 months and नहीं हो रहा है बंद कर देते हैं. It should not be there. There should be no option of shutting down or closing down for at least 1,000 days. And once you have successfully run for 1,000 days, I can bet you will never think of shutting that down or closing it. You will never thought of that. Because if you're doing continuously something for 1,000 days, you will be a pro in that, and you will know how to run your business after that. So at least you do for 1,000 days. And in 1,000 days, you'll face many programs. Like in first year, we are losing, like we had some money among us, whatever we have invested, so we are losing that. So we are okay with that because we had taken that money from family or friends, so we didn't feeling anything when we were losing money. But in second year, we didn't have any money and we didn't have any profit. The company was running slowly and we are in extreme pressure, like what we will do? We decide now or continue. What to continue? But in third year, we become profitable. So now when we are thinking about the second year part, so we are thinking like if we would have shut down at that time, then we would have reached this point at the time. You have to keep pushing yourself. No matter what is coming to your path, do it for at least 1,000 days. Not even 999 days, at least 1,000 days. After that only take decision whether you have to continue or shut down. And I bet you will not shut down after 1,000 days.
Thank you so much, sir. Those were such valuable insights. We are waiting for more questions from the students.
Yes, sir.
So, like while going through this, I also want to ask her, like, what are the what you keep yourself for keeping you fit, like for this you have a very hectic day. So, what do you do? Like, do you practice yoga or?
No. See.
Like to keep your mind stable, because we know that in startup there are a lot of you have to be active like throughout the day. It's not like a job 9 to 5. So yeah, what you do to keep your mind stable?
Instructor, you could be pending for the whole day. Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. I'm hearing you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible? Yeah. So you will not feel tired after working whole day, because see, if you do painting or any kind of sport, if you love to play or any kind of thing you want to do, you love to do, then even after doing that for whole day, you will not feel tired because you love to do that. How will you feel tired? You feel tired when you are forced to do something. People feel tired after working for 7 to 8 hours in job because they don't want to do that. They are forcefully doing that to earn some money or earn their living. So that's why they feel tired after working for 7 hours. And even people are there who are working for 12 to 14 hours. After that also they are full of energy at the end of the day. So it all depends what you love to do. And if you're doing what you love, then you'll not feel tired for that. You can work for 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours, no matter.
Yes, sir. That means we have to follow our passion. If we follow our passion, we'll not get any. Our mind will not get tired. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. If you love to travel, then you will just travel. You will not feel tired that I will travel this much. I will not travel anymore. Because you are loving, you love to travel. You will not stop that.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So, what is your greatest fear and how you are able to manage your fear, sir?
Greatest fear. I have to think about that. Yeah.
You don't have none, sir?
So I have, but I don't think about. I don't think about that much. So the fear is like, what if I have to shut it down, or where I have to wind up the company? That is the greatest fear, because so many people are dependent on home business now. So if at all we are going to shut it down or anything happen to that, so what will happen to all those families? So you now you have responsibility of not your family only, responsibility of all your employees and all those third parties. Like if you are doing something, not only your employees are dependent on you, even many more things are dependent on you. And for that example, like before Corona period, people used to go to office daily. So auto walas were earning some good amount from that. Now, that when things turn out and everyone is working from home, the auto wala are facing a lot of problem. They are not the right employee of the company, but they are facing the problem. So that is what happens when you are doing something. Through you, many people are dependent on you, not directly or even indirectly also. That is the fear I think of.
Yes, sir. This will never happen. No need to worry.
So do we have any more questions coming up from the student side? If yes, you can post your questions fast. So sir, there's a question. What according to you are the top skills that a person needs to have to become successful in his entrepreneur career?
Sorry, can you repeat? Question part.
Sir, what are the 3 skills according to you that a person needs to have a successful entrepreneur career?
Entrepreneur.
Okay. See, you don't need to have all the qualities to be successful. You need to be perfect in whatever you are good at, or whatever you love to do. Hello.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Yeah, I think you muted me itself. Yeah. And so let's see. In our team, uh, I was somewhat interested in the marketing part, and my co-founder Rajat, he's good at operational part. So we team up. Like yes, I know I can't handle operation that much effectively as Rajat. So we team up. He's looking after operational part. I'm looking for marketing part. So you co-founders are meant for that only. You can't have like two marketing person for one startup. What is the use of it? If no personal guy is there, if no one can execute that idea, only marketing you will do, then what is the use of that idea or service or product? So you have to get a co-founder or build a team with who have alternate skills. If you are good at marketing, get a tech guy. If you are good at tech, get a marketing guy, or get a R&D guy if you are going to be a startup. So you have to bring different kind of people to one table, and then start working on it. Starting.
So right now, how many employees you have? Like how many
Yeah,
are working for you?
yeah. Not working for me or us. They are working with us,
Yes,
and
sir.
currently we have 50 plus technicians with us. Those who are working with us, like they are not our full-time employees. They are working as a freelancer kind of thing. They are staying in their home. They get the job. They go to customer's home. They do their job. They go back to their home. They don't need to visit our office every other day or every week. They are happily enjoying their life. Also, they are doing their job. Also, they are earning their money.
Okay. Means like it's a very good for student also who have some skills, so they can also contribute to your startup. Like
Yeah. We already we have interns from various IIMs and various engineering colleges. And so many students are there who want to experience startup life or startup culture. So what is better than doing an internship in a startup itself?
Yeah, sir.
You will get a lot of
We-
exposure in that.
That's right.
Because when
A
you
lot of
do an internship in big MNC or in a big corporate company, so you will get a particular go to a particular department, you will do that work only. But while you are working in a startup or doing intern in a startup, you have to manage everything, not a single domain itself. So you will get to learn about many things in a startup.
yes, sir.
So what all
Yes.
skills are required?
No, we don't look after any skills. We just look after if someone is willing to learn new things,
Okay, sir.
which is the most important thing. If you want to learn anything, we can teach you anything, and you can learn that and you can execute that. But if you don't even want to learn, and if you have ego that no, I know everything, then you can't do anything.
That's a
So you
great
should have
thing,
the
sir.
mindset of learning actually.
Yes,
And
sir.
if you're a quick learner, then that is a cherry upon cake.
Yes, sir.
And anyone have any questions? You can post it, or you can unmute yourself and ask question to sir directly.
I believe there are no more questions coming up. So, sir, just one last question. If the students wish to connect with you or maybe follow you to gain some more experiences, so how can they do? Could you share some of your links?
Yeah, so they can find me in Facebook easily. I am very much active there. And also, if they want to do an internship kind of thing, then they can mail their CV or they can just write up like I want to do internship, and I can help them with this part in our email ID that I will write down in the chat box. Then they can get that. And if you want to directly reach out to me, then you can reach out to me also.
Right, sir. Thank you so much. So anybody who wishes to connect with sir or wishes to intern with the company can post their resume at the given mail addresses.
Even if you don't have a resume, you can just send a mail writing that I am this student and I can work in this part kind of thing.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So I request everyone to switch on their videos for some seconds so that we can have a snapshot that will help in our documentation. So everyone kindly switch on their videos. Vikas, can you take a snapshot of everyone? I think
Yes,
it will
sir.
fit in 3 pages.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first,
Okay, share
second.
this screenshot with also. I will help to share this.
It's not clearly audible.
Yeah, please share this screenshot with me also
Yes,
so
yes,
that
yes.
I can
Sure,
also
sure,
share
sure.
in my profile.
Sure, sure,
Sure,
sure.
sure, sure, sure.
Because have you taken every 3 page, the third page also?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ashita, Abhishek, Riya, Rudra Pratap, kindly switch on your videos. Okay. Okay, the photo sheet is done.
Okay.
Priya?
So that's all for today, I think.
Priya? Okay,
Sir.
so I, on behalf of ISE CGU, Orissa, thank Mr. Prahlad Mittal to spare his valuable time and share his experiences with all of us. The sharing will immensely benefit the upcoming entrepreneurs in their journey to success. I also thank all the participants to join us at this event and make it a success. So with all the best wishes for your future, Mr. Prahlad, a very warm wish for you in the coming future. May you be successful and just feed and just make our Bharat Atmanirbhar. So thank you all, and thanks Mr. Prahlad for coming. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you, sir.
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 If people can
Thank you,
leave
sir.
now, right? All the
Thank you,
students
sir.
can leave. Okay, Mr. Prahlad, I'll be sending you the snapshots soon. Okay, thank you all. Everyone can leave now.